Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of NerdyJock Media Presents the Dawn to Dawn Read Along. That's right, the Dawn to Dawn Read Along. So without further ado, guys, we are going to start with chapter 84, Annoying Dudes. Now, at the last panel of the last chapter, the Serpoian, Momo and Okarun's biggest enemy, looks like he showed up at the Maid café where Momo's working. She's attacked by unibrow creeper dudes, and Serpoian guys like knocked them all back after they attacked Momo. And he shows up. It's like, give back our merchandise. And then it's cut. This dude looks creepy. This Serpoian looks like he got some damage, but he's looking kind of scary too. Momo's on the ground there, and the unibrow guys are all there too. They were humans that got turned into these alien creatures of some sort. And then at the bottom it says like, Serpoian, you? And Momo's freaking out. She's like, what in the heck? And this iron, an iron just pops up into his hand. Momo Ayase. He says, I would appreciate your help, please, in sandwiching their faces between these. Huh? Like an iron? She's like, do I seriously have to team up with you? You know, they're bitter enemies at this point. Here they come, bastards! And boom, Serpoian goes in the attack, iron to the face, dude, double smash. She uses her telepathic powers to knock him in the face. And then boom, squish, squish, boom. And it looks like once they squished him, he was losing his power. And oh, okay, this is a new thing. So they squished him, and it turned the unibrow creep into another Serpoian. So boom, that was pretty cool. And she's like, what? Ta-da! He turned into a Serpoian. Ew, creepy. 6 sensory organs, and one of their signature attacks. Boom, they get in the formation. And she says like, hey, what the hell is this? What's going on here? They are our clones. Clones? And they say, explain it. If at the time of their birth, their data is overwritten, their form will change. What about the maid from before? She wasn't my coworker then. No. At the time of entering empty space, they were merely a poor data transfer. And then boom, they get blasted back again. All three of them, Momo and both Serpoian and the clone. If they're your clones, then do something about them. Our data was altered by the enemy. Okay, so they were actually clones of Serpoians when the reptilian guy from chapter 72, 73 attacked the Serpoian. I guess he got his data, made a clone of him, and that's what these guys are. And they altered it. And he says, one day, people we had never seen before came and robbed us of all of our things. People we have never seen before. Next page. They go on the attack. The clones go on the attack. Talk later. We've got to do something about these guys. About this man. Ding. They bong another guy, another Serpoian. So now they got 3 Serpoians. Clone them left and right. Having 3 of us puts us in the awesome zone. I love how they use terminology like, oh, the awesome zone or super cool mode or Momo tri-beam, stuff like that. She's like, keep it coming, assholes. Boom, boom, boom. And one after another, they are able to turn these evil, creepy unibrow guys into Serpoian clones. That's cool. And then they go on the attack. So now it's a huge double splash panel. You'll see the unibrow clones versus the Serpoians, and they're just going at it. Battle left and right. Furious fights. Furious fists are flying. And then Momo with a Chun-Li-esque kick to the neck. You son of a... Look. It's Spaceman Othello. What? And then she's like, what is going on here, huh? And then, of course, we look up on the ceiling. Another creepy alien space guy. I don't even know if we saw this alien earlier when they introduced the new bunch of bad guys, but he is interesting. He's got a very abstract look, kind of like, I don't even know what the art style to compare it to, but it's definitely weird. Just an interesting looking creature. It's got 4 arm legs and a big, big head in the middle. There's some kind of monster. And they do their attack. 6 sensory organs. Boom. And they blast it. You can see how hard the blast was because it actually made like an indentation in the ceiling above the monster. What the? It didn't work. Okay, doesn't work. And then next page, it shoots back and it gets supporting guy right in the head. And oh, okay. So what it does is, it released some kind of a like extension of its body, and it pierces his head, and it's turning him, the Serpoian, into a clone of this new alien. And then it goes on the attack. So it's just back and forth, absolute chaos in this chapter right here. She's like, whoa, you bastard. That thing can change you guys too? 6 sensory organs, ah! And so actually it changed, but it also used their own powers against Momo now, which that sucks. And she gets knocked down, like boom. And then double smash by the recently converted guy. I know this is a lot to take in. It's like, what is going on here? But a lot of changing of bodies, shapes, shifting, and just a cool, interesting gimmick for this chapter. They turn him back, and then boom, another guy gets turned, and then they re-attack the Serpoian guy that just got returned from the clone. If that makes any sense at all. She's like, wait, we won't go anywhere like this. So it's kind of back and forth. And she's like, whoa, yikes. Hey, yeah. And she throws a tear with her telekinesis chair at the guy and knocks him. She's like, it passed right through. Oh, physical attacks won't land. That person is not in this dimension. Well, that makes sense. Why they can't hit him? It attacks from another dimension. Therefore, that person's attacks will land, but our attacks will not. But that's totally unfair. Yeah, however, your paranormal abilities can affect it. So leave the clone blanks to us. Please defeat that person. If we don't hurry, we will be wiped out. So it's a full onslaught battle. And that was it. Okay, that was a quick chapter. That was like an 8-minute chapter. And boom, now we're gonna be on to chapter 85, but that was 84. The whole chapter took place in the Maid bar, the Maid lounge, wherever that is, where Momo works. Didn't see anyone else. It was just kind of making the Serpoians team up with Momo. And one of the best things about animes and mangas in general is that, like, you know, bad guys can turn good. And so at least we see some kind of a shift between the original Serpoians, who were the ones who stole Okarun's balls in the first place and caused all the trauma. And, you know, it looks like there might be a team up coming. So that's pretty cool. And that is all I have to say about chapter 84. Thanks. Join us next time. Make sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Check us out on X, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, everything. Facebook. We're on all the socials at NerdyJock_media. And we will see you next time on Don Read Along, Don Read Along. Os!